We will be going over the new NECA Mirage Comics Battle Damage Shredder. He comes packaged nice in a gloss finished box with plenty of suggestive poses and some great art. But we're not here for paper, we're here for plastic. The sponsors of this video are all the dogs I walk to be able to afford this figure. I do these single figure videos Tuesday and Fridays, and longer videos on my YouTube Thursdays and Sundays, which are more just rants right now, but it's growing. I'll only be going over comic book, video game, and the occasional classic horror related figures. No cinematic universes or multiverses, it's just not for me. If you'd like to, follow, like, subscribe, or don't, the view helps. Thank you. Shredder, or Urukusaki, leader of the New York Foot Clan. Looking great with that blue and a good amount of shading all over this figure. Just a reminder that these are not the Mirage colors, but the IDW version. Of course, they've released this color before in the Loot Crate. But regardless of color, this shading is incredible, and something I wish they include more in this line. Putting him next to the Foot Ninja looks good, but it does sweep him under the rug. It would be so easy to translate this shading to the Foot Ninja body, since these bodies are essentially the same and have been out for a while. Shredder just has some new battle damage molding. But the Foot Ninja does offer some other use by providing Shredder with some weapons to fill the many empty hands he has provided with that landlord paint job right on the hinge. One set only being for the thermite grenade included. I would have preferred at least a set of open palms for strikes and maybe loved something more expressive than the closed fist. But speaking of expressive, we do get a great Orokusaki head sculpt that looks just fantastic. A clean paint job all around and an honorable mention to this hair. Not sure what it is about it, but I am loving it. And the last accessory real quick, who can forget how Shredder got shredded forever in memoriam with this last piece of armor. You can also throw this on your Foot Ninja if you'd like. It stays pretty well. Articulation is alright. I personally like how NECA does her legs, normally all the time. He can just about do the splits, so no complaints. The problem I have is with the shoulder pads. You can't fully rotate his arm, and I fear pushing it too much will eventually rip it off. This needs to be a little more mobile, or at least be able to lift up with his arm. I also can't stick out his arms on mine, but some silicone oil might help that. Is he worth it? Short answer, yes. Of course, it's Shredder. He looks good and has that great shading that we all want on the Foot Ninja. Of course, I prefer the original Mirage colors, but the shading is what sticks out to me most on this. But my biggest takeaway from this whole thing are the 3 sets of open hands that he comes with. All ranging from small to medium to large grasp. I would have loved something more like the throwing star hands we got with the Foot Ninja. I just like how expressive those are. And again, another thing they can benefit from are flat striking hands. We see this a few times in the comic book, and I have no idea why it's not included with this. It would be so easy just to flatten out one of these hands, which I'll probably just do myself. But beyond all that, this is a character that doesn't need much. He looks great, and that shading's fantastic. Of course, I'm still hoping for a re-release of the original colored Shredder, and not these IDW versions. But that's all I had to say about this one. Watch till the end for height comparisons, so enjoy the rest of the slideshow. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting APR, Action Posing Resource.